Welcome guys to another review, and this is the YJ MGC 4x4. This cube comes at $21 and is 60 millimeters of size. You can see 60 millimeters of size, and most 4x4s are 59 or 60 millimeters. I have quite big hands, so I think this cube works well for me. For the colors look great and the contrast is also great, and this cube is quite pop resistant, and but the way it came out of the box, it was little too loose. I couldn't control it, and it was little pops too much, so I had to tighten it. Speaking of the box, this is how the packaging was. It is a cool box though. No, over did it. They didn't over it. So we have the cube and an accessory box. So in the accessory box we have some extra springs, weaker one and the negative sign, and some extra magnets and a screwdriver. So, and we also have some larger springs, and the rest is just a pan flip. Like I said before, they didn't overdo it. It's not too much packaging, not too little. But I do not like the screwdriver though. The screwdriver does not work sometimes. After a bit of first time it works, but for a bit of use it doesn't work as well. It like the other screwdrivers work all the time. Like for example, Moyu screwdriver works all the time. And I tightened the cube by a whole turn from the factory settings. I lubed it with 3 drops of DNM, 3 drops of B, and 6 drops of Mystic. So I added like 1 drop of DNM and Mystic in the DNM and B in the outer layers, and 2 drops of DNM and B in the second middle layer, and 3 drops of on each layer of Mystic. And it's actually performing very good. This cube feels and turns amazing. The outer layers are actually extremely fast. It's turned so fast and it's still yet so controllable. There isn't too much controllability. It's something that I think is relevant, because when there is too much controllability, it tends to slow down a bit. So when a big cube slows down, it is like more effort to turn, which takes up a lot of practice time, like by making you tired up easier and faster. So that's just something I wanted to point out. But it still turns amazingly fast too. Corner cutting in this cube is actually pretty good. It can cut a little more than a whole piece, about a whole piece and almost half, but it doesn't do it quite as well. But in reverse, it can corner cut about 3/4 of a piece, and the middle layers are actually pretty good too. I rarely lock up on this cube, unlike in harder PLLs like a G-perm. So this one I did not lock up. Don't count this one. This is actually not my main G-perm. I used the one with the RUF moves. I have been trying out this algorithm. That's why I did it. And G-perm did not lock up. This time I locked up. And the NB perm, okay, I locked up. And the NB, okay, I cannot do NB perms, but I can do NA perms. It doesn't lock up quite much. I rarely lock up on this cube. The magnets of the cube is pretty strong on the outer layers, at least. In the middle layers, it's very strong actually. I can feel it clicking into place. But it doesn't snap into place. It just holds it in place very well. Since the cube is very fast, it doesn't make much of a difference because the speed is just makes the cube glide on like nothing. So the magnets still do make a difference. That's why the cube is stable at all. So, in my opinion, the very strong magnets are not at all a bad thing. This cube is also fast and stable at the same time. It's a bit low key and blocky and bit loud though. The tactile feel is great, and in comparison to other potential 4x4s which are like the Aosu WRM or the Aosu GTS2M, I'm not exactly sure if they discontinued the Aosu GTS2M, but in comparison to those two cubes which are potentially the best 4x4s, this cube stands out a lot. I am not saying this is potentially best 4x4, it is, but I am just comparing it to them. So this cube is premium built. It has like very good outer texture, and the plastic is great and looks very premium too. And this cube also performs very well. This cube's and the other main thing is the price. This cube comes at $21, while the Aosu WRM and the Aosu GTS2M or both by Moyu, they both come at $41. So it's actually twice the price. I believe if the Aosu WRM just is like $1 more, it will be definitely be like twice as much as the MGC. So that's both, those both are the main things. So, and I have noticed the main thing with this is the size. So the size is actually a big difference. The GTS2M is 62 if I am not mistaken. Yeah, so WRM is 59 and the MGC is 60 millimeters, which is what I've heard is the biggest difference between these cubes. I have done hundreds of solves on this, and I must say it is amazing. I got an average of 56.44, which is great, and I broke all of my PBs by a lot. Like my single PB was 49 before I got the MGC, now it's 39. Like I would without any doubt recommend this to everybody. Like I upgraded my PB like 10 seconds. It's amazing. And my old main was like the Moyo Maylong, but even that's budget, but it still makes a difference. So the best alternative is actually the Aosu WRM or the Aosu GTS2M. So I said the biggest difference is the size, and this is a bit more premium build than the Aosu GTS2M, or that's what I've heard, but I don't know if it's much better than the Aosu WRM. There is another alternative, but I haven't tried this cube. I have tried the Aosu WRM, and I heard the Aosu GTS is actually very similar to the Aosu WRM, but this cube is not I haven't tried it yet, which is the YJ Mini 4x4, which is 56 millimeters. This is standard size for most 3x3s. I've heard it's pretty good. JPM have mentioned it in many of its best cubes videos, and in comparison to the 3x3, this is the size of the MGC and 3x3. So I don't have it, so but this is the same size as the Mini 4x4. It's, as you can see, there is a big difference. Even though it might look a little small, it's actually a big difference, because when you turn it you will realize it's a big difference. So those are the main things I have about this cube. I'll recommend to everybody who is into 4x4, and it's one of the best. Subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please leave a like, and thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.